Well, good Friday morning. This is Old Man Gig. Here it is at 7, almost 7:10 a.m. Starting out the day. Here's an odd thing. Don't know why, but Doordash has been doing some stuff here lately. Um, right now, I'm on peak pay. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Peak pay until 8 a.m. From 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. They were given $2.50 peak pay. And like I said, I started out at 7. Here it is 7:10. Not a single order. So I don't know why giving the peak pay when there's no demand other than to get more drivers out for in the morning when the morning rush starts, because they're trying to get a lot of these no tips ones taken. Not so much with using the peak pay, but to use that peak pay to entice them into the area. And then, because usually the demand doesn't really start hitting until after 8, when people start getting to work and they start ordering up some breakfast food for themselves at work. That's usually how it goes. Sometimes there's some that between 7:15 to 8 o'clock I get 2 to 3 I can do from Chick-fil-A or from one of the other ones to one of the local businesses, because they started out at 7 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that's just odd. This video is going to be a week in review, as well as with that week in review, recapping and doing a follow-up on that dollar to mile ratio that needs to be busted. And I'm going to break down the financials, and I'm going to break it down to where how you should be looking at your mile to dollar ratio, and not just an overall dollar to mile ratio. And yes, I understand in every market it's different, and everything else, but it maybe give you a little bit of better guidance, a guideline, in my opinion, on how to look at it. I'm in a rural area. I mean, you did a couple ride-alongs with me. I mean, it's country, and so, you know, if you're in the city, you should be getting more than that. So don't ever sell yourself short. So we'll break that down later. At the end of the day, we'll go over the entire week. Like I said, I usually work Monday through Friday. I use the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as to help fill hitting my goal for the week if I need to, or sometimes because I just want to have some extra money for something else, like a vacation trip or a 3-day weekend that I want to take to go out of town and do some other things, hit some auctions, hit some areas, do some picking. Like I said, I deal with the antiques and vintage items and collectibles, and I need set my time to do that, and a lot of times I do that on the weekend. So I do day trips out to places so I can do some picking, hit some auctions, things like that, to replenish some of my merchandise that I resell. So, but right now we'll just go ahead and end it for right now, and then we'll catch up later at the end of the day, and we'll review everything. So like as before, if you like what I'm saying, don't like, that's fine. Leave your comments down below. Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want. I'm fine with that. You can dislike, like. I mean, I can't tell you to like. I'm not going to tell you to like if you don't like. But any likes or subscribes are appreciated. It just gets, the more I get, that means the more the algorithm will put it out there, and maybe more people can see it, and it gets, that's all I'm looking for. So for right now, we'll catch up with you later at the end of the day. All right, here we go. It's me again. Just getting an update. Didn't do any ride along, any scenic drive today. Well, but I finished up my day. Here it is now. I finished it up about 20 minutes ago. I'm on my way home. I got to stop at the grocery store, get some stuff for dinner, cook for the family. Hey, anybody got any good dinner recipes? Hit me up with some of those, all right? Especially if you got some for Instapot. I love my Instapot. So I post on the Facebook all the time when I cook stuff on the Instapot. It's just the best thing ever. If you don't got one, get one. And I ain't no paid advertising for it, but it's just great. But anyway, so we finished off my day. Once I get home, I'll sit down and I'll do that little financial breakdown that I was talking about earlier in the video. So we ended the day doing 6 hours, doing about 147. Got to double check on those figures there, but that was my preliminary tally, because I gotta wait for all the Uber Eats tips to come in before I actually count them as good. And then also have to make sure I count in. I had a CVS pharmacy shop and deliver on Doordash. Well, this particular CVS, they're redoing their floors, so the 2 aisles I needed to go get items down, they have that section of the store blocked off because they're putting new carpet down and they have glue down there, so they're blocked off and you can't shop them, and employees can't get them. Nobody can get anything there. I asked, can't get it, so I got half pay on that. So I got to make sure I put that in my calculation, but I think I did. So, but it's still below the 160 daily average that I try to get. It looks like that the last 3 days this week have been just slow for whatever reason, and so I'll see what my final number is for the week. If I need to, I might go out for a couple hours tomorrow. I doubt it, but I might, just to see where I'm at, because like I said, I like to have that comfortable number. It doesn't need to be much or great, because when you don't have a lot of bills, as family bills, you know, we don't have any car payments. I got a 2016 vehicle. It's been paid off for a while before I even started doing the gig work. So, you know, we don't have car payments, house payments, you know, I mean, so, you know, all I got is just basic bills and insurances for the vehicles and insurance for the house, and you know, so that ain't very much considering what it could be. So, you know, whatever I make in, and she works, of course, so you know, we're good. So I just do this, so I make my money, put money to the side, and do the things I want to do come summertime. So as well as my other side work. So we'll go ahead and end this right now, or not end it, but I'll just go ahead and pause this right now and get back with you for the end of the day, end of the week, financials on this, and going back and reiterating on that $1 that people always say, $1 to a mile is acceptable. And you know my feelings on that from the previous video, and I'll show you what I do to alleviate that and bump that, if not double it, most of the time, sometimes even more. But so we'll see how it goes. So hit at you later, here in a second. Alrighty, here we go. This is the breakdown that I wanted to show you on the miles, the ratio for $1 per mile that I'm going to be doing. This is how I broke it down. This is for the week of February 7th through the 13th, even though this is Friday the 11th. I'm not going to be working Saturday or Sunday. My goal, I usually have the goal set for every week of 800 plus. This week, because like I said, there were 3 days that were kind of slow, that hampered getting that $800 goal. So I did $749.99, and this is how it broke down. As you can see, Uber Eats was the total combined. What I mean by combined, that's the base plus the tips, was $394.36, and you can see the base pay was $243.04, and the tips was $151.32. When did 34 deliveries in that week, in those 5 days. And here on DoorDash, the total combined was $355.63. The base from
DoorDash was $155, and my tip pay was $193.50. Now, also in there that you don't see is that cancellation, that order that I had to cancel that was shop and deliver. My half pay on that was $7.13. So that's included in that total up there on that 355.63. And I did 53 deliveries. Now compare those two, Uber Eats versus DoorDash. Base pay. Yeah, I got a greater base pay from Uber Eats, less in tips, but I also did less deliveries. So let's go ahead, and there's my miles for the week was 358. That was rounded down because it was like 358.21, so I just rounded it down to 358. So the total base pay between the two combined, total base pay like the Uber Eats and the DoorDash, it was $3.98.04, and divide that by the total miles of 358. So just off of base pay, I was getting that a little over that dollar per mile, and that's what it should be, if not more. It's like, and then the total base plus the tips, which was the $749.89, divide that by the 358, and so I get $2.09 per mile. So that dollar per mile, yeah, it can make sense if you're not including your tips. And that's what I wanted to break down and show you. You shouldn't be including those tips on that. Here's the Uber Eats average per delivery. I did 394, 36. I got 56 there, but it's a little over $11.59. The total delivery for DoorDash was $355.63, and it was $6.71. The combined for Uber Eats and DoorDash was $749.99, of course, but the total of 87 deliveries were within the week for an average per delivery of $8.62. Now, I only worked Monday through Friday for this week, and I only worked in 29 hours and 15 minutes. That's where the 0.25 is. I do it on 100 for the clock. So the 25 is 15 minutes. 0.5 would be 30 minutes. 0.75 would be 45 minutes. And I always round it to the closest quarter hour. So my pay per hour is $25.64 for the week. And that's before deductions and self-employment taxes, of course. So that's kind of like the breakdown that I wanted to show on that dollar per mile. Yeah, that can work, but like I was saying previously, you should not be including your tip pay into that dollar per mile. And if you are, I think you're messing up. You're not maximizing your time and earning a greater potential. Now, if I don't know which one, I can't say, well, my pay per mile on Uber Eats is this much and my one for DoorDash is this much. I can't break that down because sometimes I smart stack an Uber Eats and a DoorDash to come in at the same time, because I've had it where I get an Uber Eats for Chick-fil-A. While I'm on there, I get a DoorDash for Chick-fil-A, and it's going in the same general area, and I take them both. So yeah, I can't sit there and break down how many miles I did for DoorDash and how many miles I did for Uber Eats, because they overlap one another. So, but if I was just strictly doing DoorDash, as you can see here, my base pay with DoorDash is greater than my tip pay. So I'm using my tip pay to pay for mileage. Not so much, as you can tell, with the Uber Eats, because of your base pay versus your tip pay. But you know, like I said, people are like, well, you look, you got greater amount of tips with DoorDash. But yeah, I did almost 20 more. I had to do almost 20 more deliveries versus on the Uber Eats. So, you know, take it with a grain of salt as you like. But like I was saying, that dollar per mile should not be including with your tips. It should not be, well, I got a $6 order and I'm going 4 miles, you know. Well, you know, the base on that is 225. So you're taking something that too much of, you're taking 50% of your tip money to pay for miles. And you shouldn't be doing that. So that's what I got to say on that. Give me your thoughts, your comments, and ideas on this. I'd appreciate it. I'll be, this is just what I wanted to go over real quick. And so I hope you enjoyed the video for today. If not, you know, that's okay. It's out there. So just give me a like, dislike, subscribe, whatever you want to do is fine with me. Share, tell other people, that's great. All right, well, right now I'm signing off for the week. Like I said, I'm close enough to where my goal is 800. I did 749.99. I'm like $50 off. I mean, I could go out, but being the Super Bowl weekend, I'm not going to deal with the rush. Why should I? Unless they're going to throw some crazy peak pay money at me. I'm not going to do it. Well, for signing off for the week, y'all peace out. Talk to you soon.